If you live in a normal house or apartment, you probably don't have a basement, you might not have a garage, and you definitely don't have some dedicated prep room. So where do you put supplies without turning your hallway into a mini store, or your bedroom into a storage unit? Today, I'm going to show you 12 real low-profile places to store essentials in a small home. The kind of spots that keep things tidy, keep them dry, and keep you looking normal. And just to be crystal clear, this is about staying organized and secure, not hiding anything illegal. It's hide from clutter, not hide from the law. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Most people don't fail at preparedness because they're lazy. They fail because their place is too small. Their partner hates the clutter, and the first bit of damp turns small prep into moldy junk. So in this video, I'm going to give you 12 storage spots that work even if you feel like you've got zero space. Also, before the 12 spots, here's the simple 3-layer system that makes them work. Layer 1 is everyday, stuff you actually use week to week. Layer 2 is deep, the boring backbone, tins, rice, pasta, hygiene, batteries. Layer 3 is grab, one small bag or box you can lift in 10 seconds if you need to leave, or if the power drops and you want everything in one place during a blackout. Most people do the opposite. They keep everything in one cupboard. It overflows. It becomes obvious, messy, and annoying. Spread it out and suddenly you can store weeks of supplies in a normal home without anyone clocking it. Now let's get into it. Spot 1, the layered pantry. Don't store it all in one place. Have you ever opened a kitchen cupboard and it's like an avalanche? Packets falling out, tins stacked like Jenga, and you instantly think, this isn't sustainable. Most people try to fix that by buying more organizers, and it still fails because the problem isn't the organizer. The problem is you're asking your kitchen to do the job of your entire home. So here's the move. The kitchen is layer 1, everyday use. Keep it clean. 1 row of tins, 1 row of dry food. Nothing heroic. Then the deep pantry lives somewhere else. And the payoff is this. When the kitchen looks normal, you don't feel like you're prepping. You just feel organized. That's spot 1, the layered pantry. Spot 2, underbed rolling crates. Let me ask you something. How much space is under your bed right now? For most people, it's wasted or it's full of random junk you'll never touch. Turn that dead space into quiet storage. Shallow rolling crates or heavy-duty zip bags, and the important word is sealed. What goes here? Toilet paper, paper towels, trash bags, spare towels, bulk toiletries, tins you don't need daily. If you live somewhere damp or humid, toss in a couple of moisture absorbers and you're golden. You just gained an entire cupboard without a single visible change. That's spot 2, underbed rolling storage. Spot 3, a lift-up bed base. Here's a question. What's the most socially accepted prep room you can own? It's not a bunker, it's a bed with storage. A lift-up base is basically a hidden room, and nobody sees it unless they lift it. Still focus on bulky, sealed stuff here. Blankets, sealed food packets, emergency water pouches, spare clothing layers, first aid refills. Keep it boxed and labeled so you're not digging around like a raccoon at 2 a.m. It looks like furniture, but it behaves like a supply cupboard. Spot 4, the suitcase stash. If you got a suitcase, you got a hiding spot because nobody questions luggage. Most people keep suitcases in a closet, under a bed, in a storage area, or they forget about them completely. So make one suitcase your holiday kit that never actually goes on holiday. This is perfect for sealed dry supplies. Spare chargers, headlamps, medical refills, thermal layers, food sachets, a small radio. Why it works is simple. If someone's nosy, it still looks normal. Maximum storage, minimum attention. That's spot 4. Spot 5, boring boxes on a high shelf. You know those boxes everyone has that say cables, old paperwork, random stuff? That's not mess, that's camouflage. Pick 2 or 3 opaque boxes, label them boring, and put them up high. Inside, store batteries, candles, matches, a small water filter, spare parts, hygiene items, and anything small but important. One rule here, don't store heat-sensitive meds in a spot that gets hot. The payoff is simple. Nobody's curious about a box labeled spare cables. That's spot 5. Spot 6, the understairs or junk closet upgrade. These cupboards are either brilliant or they're a black hole. Most people stuff them with coats, vacuums, random bags, and it becomes chaos. The trick is one cheap shelving unit. That's it. Bottom shelf, heavy tins. Middle shelf, dry food. Top shelf, paper goods and toiletries. Then add a door organizer for the stuff you'd actually want first in a blackout, a torch, batteries, lighter, headlamp. One cupboard becomes your deep pantry without looking like a bunker. That's spot 6. Spot 7, the kitchen kick space. This one's sneaky, but we keep it sensible. Some kitchens have a removable kickboard along the bottom of the cabinets. If yours does, you can store thin sealed items in a flat container. Trash bags, foil, cling wrap, sachets, spare sponges, flat medical items. Rules: keep it sealed, keep it away from heat sources, and don't mess with appliances or plumbing. The payoff is you get storage where almost nobody looks. That's spot 7. Spot 8, the donation box by the door. Ever have that moment where you want things out of sight immediately? Visitors come in, or you're just sick of clutter. Put a box somewhere sensible, hallway, closet, wardrobe, and label it something normal. Charity, donations, old clothes. Inside, store non-food essentials. Toiletries, wipes, spare batteries, emergency candles, small water bottles, pet supplies if you've got them. Why it works is it looks like normal adult life. The payoff is you can move supplies fast without raising eyebrows. That's spot 8. Spot 9, behind the sofa or TV unit. There's often a few inches behind a sofa or a TV unit that you never use. That's dead space, and dead space is gold in a small home. Use slim tubs and store water pouches, paper goods, blankets, bulk wipes. Most people miss this completely. That's spot 9. Spot 10, a hallway utility cabinet. If your hallway has any width, a slim utility cabinet is a cheat code. It looks like shoes, keys, umbrellas, but it can quietly hold your whole blackout kit. Top shelf, torches, batteries, radio, candles. Middle, first aid and hygiene. Bottom, food you can eat cold, water, pet supplies. Because it's near the entrance, it's the first thing you can grab if you need to move fast, or if the power drops and you want everything in one place instantly. The payoff is your entrance becomes a readiness station and it still looks normal. That's spot 10. Spot 11, attic or high storage, but with real rules. Attics feel like infinite space until you realize they destroy supplies if you do it wrong. Heat in summer, cold in winter, moisture problems year-round in some places. So here's the rule. Only store items that don't care about temperature swings. Toilet paper, paper towels, sealed toiletries, spare bedding, empty containers, camping layers. Avoid chocolate, heat-sensitive medicines, and anything you want quick access to. Use sealed totes and put them on board so they're not sitting on insulation or exposed surfaces. The payoff is you use that space without wasting money. That's spot 11. Spot 12, outdoor storage only for the right stuff. If you got a shed, a deck box, or even a waterproof outdoor storage bench, that's a massive opportunity. But keep it smart. This is not where you store your main food. This is where you store bulky, non-food gear. Tarps, ponchos, spare gloves, cheap boots, cordage, spare blankets, and dry bags. Outdoor storage has higher theft risk and higher moisture risk, so you put stuff there that won't ruin your life if it gets compromised. The payoff is you expand storage while keeping the deep pantry safe inside. That's spot 12. Now quick, what not to do. Here are 4 mistakes that wreck your prep fast. Don't store food under a leaky sink or anywhere damp. Don't block electrics, water heaters, vents, or escape routes. Don't store fuels or gas canisters indoors. Don't put all your meds in hot or freezing storage areas. Keep essentials accessible and within safe temperatures. Preparedness is meant to make life calmer, not more dangerous. So here's the takeaway. You don't need more space, you need a system. Use the 3 layers every day, deep, grab, then spread your supplies through normal, boring, invisible spaces. Under the bed, in a closet with shelves, in boring boxes, in a suitcase, behind furniture, in high storage only for the right items, and outdoors only for low-risk gear. Subscribe and like for more practical survival strategies and tell me in the comments, which spot in your home is the most wasted space right now?